In the pantheon of modern entrepreneurs, few figures command as much attention, controversy, and admiration as Elon Musk. Today, he stands as the world's wealthiest individual with a net worth exceeding $400 billion, a feat that seemed impossible just decades ago. But behind the headlines and Twitter controversies lies an extraordinary tale of transformation. A journey from a bullied child in apartheid South Africa to the most influential entrepreneur of our time. This is the untold story of how Elon Musk evolved from zero to hero, facing bankruptcy, depression, and countless failures before becoming the architect of humanity's future. Born on June 28, 1971, in Pretoria, South Africa, Elon Musk entered a world defined by racial segregation and political turmoil. His father, Elon Musk, was a wealthy South African engineer, while his mother, May Musk, was a Canadian-born model and dietitian. Despite the family's financial comfort, Elon's childhood was far from idyllic. The young Musk displayed an insatiable appetite for reading and learning, often retreating into books to escape the harsh realities around him. He was frequently bullied by classmates and beaten by school bullies as a small, timid child until a growth spurt in his teens allowed him to defend himself. The brutality of his school years reached a crescendo in one particularly violent incident. After an altercation with a fellow student, Elon was thrown down concrete steps and beaten so severely that he required hospitalization. Adding insult to injury, his father berated him after his discharge from the hospital, an experience that would leave lasting emotional scars. These early traumas shaped Musk's character in profound ways, instilling both a fierce independence and an almost compulsive drive to prove himself worthy of respect and admiration. Despite these challenges, Musk's intellectual prowess began to shine through at an early age. At just 12 years old, he created and sold a video game called Blaster to a computer magazine for $500, his first taste of entrepreneurial success. This early achievement foreshadowed the innovative thinking that would later revolutionize multiple industries. The game, though simple by today's standards, demonstrated his ability to conceptualize, create, and monetize original ideas, skills that would prove invaluable in his future ventures. Musk attended Waterkloof House Preparatory School and later graduated from Pretoria Boys High School, one of South Africa's most prestigious institutions. However, his academic environment couldn't contain his restless ambition. With mandatory military service looming and the oppressive apartheid system stifling his dreams, Musk knew he had to escape South Africa to realize his full potential. The young man could see that his future lay beyond the confines of his birth country, in places where innovation was celebrated rather than constrained by political systems and social hierarchies. In 1989, at age 17, Musk emigrated to Canada, leveraging his mother's Canadian citizenship to avoid South African military service. This decision represented more than geographical relocation. It was a leap of faith toward a future where his ambitions could flourish without the constraints of apartheid. Musk initially struggled in Canada, taking on various odd jobs while working toward his education. He cleaned boilers, cut logs, and worked at a farm, experiencing firsthand the dignity of manual labor while never losing sight of his greater ambitions. Eventually, Musk transferred to the University of Pennsylvania, where he earned bachelor's degrees in both economics and physics. This dual focus on practical business knowledge and scientific understanding would prove instrumental in his later ventures. The combination of rigorous scientific thinking with entrepreneurial acumen became the foundation of his approach to solving complex problems across multiple industries. After completing his undergraduate studies, Musk briefly enrolled in Stanford University's PhD program in applied physics. However, the pull of the emerging internet boom proved irresistible. After just 2 days at Stanford, he dropped out to pursue his entrepreneurial dreams, a decision that would change not only his life, but the entire trajectory of multiple industries. This moment represented a crucial turning point, where academic achievement gave way to real-world application of his knowledge and vision. In 1995, with just $28,000 borrowed from his father and the help of his brother Kimball, Musk co-founded Zip2, a company that provided online city guides and maps for newspapers. This venture represented the Google Maps of its era, offering digital solutions before most people understood the Internet's potential. The early days of Zip2 were marked by extreme frugality and dedication. Musk and his team often slept in the office, showered at the YMCA, and worked around the clock to build their platform. This period established Musk's legendary work ethic and his willingness to sacrifice personal comfort for business success. The company's growth was steady but challenging, requiring constant innovation and adaptation as the Internet landscape evolved rapidly. Musk learned crucial lessons about product development, customer acquisition, and market timing during these formative years. He discovered that successful entrepreneurship required not just brilliant ideas, but also relentless execution, strategic thinking, and the ability to inspire others to share his vision. In 1999, Compaq Computer Corporation acquired Zip2 for $307 million, netting Musk approximately $22 million. This windfall transformed him from a struggling entrepreneur into a millionaire, but rather than rest on his laurels, Musk immediately began planning his next venture. The sale of Zip2 provided both financial freedom and validation of his business instincts, but it also revealed his true nature. He was not content with a single success, but driven by an insatiable desire to tackle ever greater challenges. With the proceeds from Zip2, Musk founded X.com in 1999, envisioning it as a comprehensive online financial services platform. His goal was revolutionary: to create a digital bank that would transform how people managed money. The company initially focused on online banking services, but quickly pivoted to digital payments as the market evolved. Musk's vision for X.com extended far beyond simple transactions. He imagined a platform that would revolutionize financial services entirely, making banking more accessible, efficient, and user-friendly. X.com soon faced fierce competition from Confinity, another startup developing online payment solutions. Rather than engage in a destructive war, the companies merged in 2000 to form PayPal. However, this merger brought unexpected challenges for Musk. Power struggles emerged within the new company, with Musk clashing with other board members over strategic direction. His insistence on transitioning PayPal's infrastructure to Microsoft's technology stack met resistance from engineers and executives who preferred the existing Unix-based system. The boardroom tensions reached a breaking point in 2000, when Musk was removed as CEO while on his honeymoon. This devastating professional setback taught him harsh lessons about corporate governance, stakeholder management, and the importance of building strong internal alliances. The experience was deeply personal for Musk, who had invested not just money, but his entire identity in the company's success. Despite the leadership change, PayPal continued to grow under new management. In 2002, eBay acquired PayPal for $1.5 billion, with Musk receiving approximately $165 million for his stake. This windfall transformed him from a millionaire into a significant wealth holder. But the experience also taught him valuable lessons about corporate governance and stakeholder management that would influence his future ventures. The PayPal exit provided Musk with the financial resources to pursue even more ambitious projects, but it also left him with a burning desire to maintain control over his future companies. Rather than invest his PayPal windfall in safe, traditional assets, Musk chose to pursue what many considered an impossible dream: making humanity a multi-planetary species. In 2002, he founded Space Exploration Technologies Corporation, SpaceX, with the ambitious goal of reducing space transportation costs and enabling the colonization of Mars. The space industry scoffed at the young entrepreneur's audacity. Established aerospace companies had been building rockets for decades with massive government contracts and extensive expertise. What could a software entrepreneur possibly contribute to rocket science? Musk's space ambitions nearly ended before they began. SpaceX's first 3 Falcon 1 rocket launches between 2006 and 2008 all resulted in spectacular failures. Each explosion represented not just technical setbacks, but also millions of dollars in losses and crushing psychological blows. The first launch failed when a fire damaged the rocket's pressurization system, causing the Merlin engine to flame out just 29 seconds after liftoff. The second attempt ended when the rocket's engines shut down prematurely, failing to reach orbit. The third launch appeared promising initially, but ended in failure when the first and second stages collided during separation. As Musk later reflected, a fourth failure would have been absolutely game over. The company was burning through cash at an alarming rate, and investors were losing confidence. By 2008, SpaceX had consumed nearly all of Musk's PayPal proceeds, and bankruptcy seemed inevitable. The broader economic crisis of 2008 made fundraising nearly impossible, and many questioned whether a private company could succeed where government agencies and established contractors had decades of experience. On September 28, 2008, SpaceX's fourth Falcon 1 attempt finally succeeded, becoming the first privately developed liquid fuel rocket to reach orbit. This success came just in time. The company had enough resources for only one more attempt. The achievement not only saved SpaceX, but also established it as a legitimate player in the aerospace industry. The successful launch proved that private companies could indeed innovate in space technology, opening the door for a new era of commercial space exploration. While building SpaceX, Musk also became involved with Tesla Motors, a startup founded by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning in 2003. Initially investing $6.5 million and joining as chairman, Musk wasn't Tesla's founder, but quickly became its driving force and public face. The early 2000s were an inauspicious time to start an electric car company. Battery technology was expensive and limited. Charging infrastructure was virtually non-existent, and consumers showed little interest in electric vehicles. Most automotive experts considered electric cars a niche market with limited commercial potential. Tesla's journey toward mass production was fraught with challenges that brought the company to the brink of bankruptcy multiple times. The first near-death experience came in 2008 during the financial crisis, when Tesla had only $9 million in cash reserves remaining and desperately needed $100 million in Series E funding. The company's survival required last-minute negotiations on Christmas Eve 2008, with Musk investing his last personal funds to keep Tesla afloat. This Christmas Eve miracle temporarily saved the company, but more challenges lay ahead. The year 2008 represented the darkest period in Musk's entrepreneurial journey. Both Tesla and SpaceX were simultaneously on the verge of financial collapse, forcing him to make an agonizing choice about where to invest his remaining resources. He decided to split his remaining funds between both companies, a decision that could have resulted in losing everything if either venture had failed completely. The psychological pressure of managing two companies simultaneously while facing potential bankruptcy in both created unprecedented stress and anxiety. Tesla's most severe crisis came during the Model 3 production ramp-up in 2017 to 2018. The company had received hundreds of thousands of pre-orders, but struggled to meet production targets. Manufacturing bottlenecks, quality control issues, and supply chain problems created what Musk famously called production hell. The company's ambitious goal of producing 5,000 Model 3 vehicles per week seemed impossible as production consistently fell short of targets, leading to widespread criticism and skepticism about Tesla's viability. In a 2018 New York Times interview, Musk revealed the personal toll. "This past year has been the most difficult and painful year of my career." He admitted to working 120-hour weeks, sleeping in the factory, and experiencing what he described as exhaustion and emotional breakdown. The intense pressure of meeting production targets, while managing public criticism and investor expectations, pushed Musk to his physical and mental limits. The years 2017 to 2018 represented Musk's lowest point, both professionally and personally. Tesla was struggling with Model 3 production, SpaceX was pushing toward crewed missions, and the intense pressure began taking a severe toll on his mental health. Musk has been open about his struggles with depression, describing it as a condition that continues to affect his daily life. The combination of overwhelming work responsibilities, public scrutiny, and personal challenges created a perfect storm of stress and exhaustion that threatened to derail everything he had built. In August 2018, Musk's erratic behavior reached a crescendo with his infamous funding-secured tweet, claiming he was considering taking Tesla private at $420 per share. The Securities and Exchange Commission charged him with securities fraud, resulting in a $20 million fine and his temporary removal as Tesla's chairman. This incident highlighted the intersection of Musk's personal struggles with his public responsibilities. The pressure of managing multiple companies while dealing with personal challenges had pushed him to make impulsive decisions with significant consequences. Rather than succumb to these challenges, Musk used this dark period as a catalyst for personal growth and organizational improvement. He began delegating more responsibilities, improving Tesla's management structure, and seeking better work-life balance. This difficult period ultimately strengthened both his leadership abilities and his company's operational resilience. The experience taught him valuable lessons about the importance of sustainable work practices and the dangers of trying to micromanage every aspect of his businesses. Even while managing Tesla and SpaceX's challenges, Musk continued expanding his entrepreneurial empire. In 2016, he co-founded Neuralink with the goal of developing brain-machine interfaces to help humans keep pace with artificial intelligence advancement. The company represents Musk's vision of preventing human obsolescence in an age of rapidly advancing AI by creating direct neural connections between human brains and computers. That same year, he announced the Boring Company, initially as a somewhat whimsical response to Los Angeles traffic, but eventually developing into a serious tunnel construction and transportation company. These ventures demonstrated Musk's ability to identify and pursue revolutionary solutions across multiple industries simultaneously. The Boring Company's goal of creating underground transportation networks reflects Musk's systematic approach to solving urban congestion problems through innovative engineering solutions. In 2013, Musk unveiled the Hyperloop concept, a high-speed transportation system using reduced pressure tubes. Rather than develop this technology himself, he open-sourced the concept, encouraging other companies and researchers to pursue its development. This decision reflected his genuine commitment to advancing human transportation rather than simply building his own business empire. The Hyperloop concept exemplifies Musk's approach to innovation, identifying fundamental problems and proposing radical solutions that challenge conventional thinking. In 2022, Musk's acquisition of Twitter for $44 billion represented his most controversial business decision. Some observers suggested he made this purchase during a manic mood, highlighting the impulsive aspects of his decision-making process. The Twitter acquisition demonstrated both Musk's enormous wealth and his willingness to take massive risks for ideological reasons. His stated goal of promoting free speech and combating what he perceived as censorship reflected his broader vision of technology's role in human communication and democracy. The transformation of Twitter into X represented more than a simple rebrand. It embodied Musk's long-standing obsession with the letter X and his vision of creating an everything app. This obsession dates back to his original X.com venture, demonstrating the consistency of his thinking across decades of entrepreneurship. The rebranding reflected his ambition to transform the platform from a simple social media site into a comprehensive digital ecosystem encompassing communications, payments, and commerce. Throughout his career, Musk has emphasized first principles thinking, a problem-solving approach that involves breaking complex problems down to their fundamental truths and rebuilding solutions from the ground up. This methodology has enabled him to challenge conventional wisdom across multiple industries and develop innovative solutions that others considered impossible. His success with SpaceX rockets, Tesla electric vehicles, and other ventures stems from his willingness to question basic assumptions and rebuild systems from their foundations. Musk's leadership philosophy centers on leading by example rather than simply managing others. His willingness to work alongside employees, sleep in factories during production crises, and invest his personal wealth in company survival has earned him tremendous loyalty from many team members. This hands-on approach, while sometimes criticized as micromanagement, reflects his deep personal investment in his company's success and his belief that leaders must share the sacrifices they ask of their employees. Perhaps most importantly, Musk's success stems from his ability to maintain long-term vision while executing short-term objectives. His stated goals: making humanity multiplanetary, accelerating sustainable transport, and merging human and artificial intelligence, provide overarching purposes that guide all his business decisions. This long-term thinking allows him to make investments and decisions that may seem irrational in the short term, but serve larger strategic objectives over decades. Musk first appeared on Forbes' billionaires list in 2012 with an estimated wealth of $2 billion. His progression from this initial billion-dollar milestone to becoming the world's wealthiest person represents one of the most dramatic wealth accumulations in modern history. The majority of Musk's wealth comes from his Tesla holdings, which represent approximately 58.3% of his net worth according to Forbes. As Tesla's stock price soared, particularly during the 2020 to 2021 period, Musk's wealth increased exponentially. In December 2024, he became the first person to reach $400 billion in net worth, a historic milestone that seemed impossible just years earlier. SpaceX contributes approximately 26.6% of Musk's wealth, reflecting the private company's enormous valuation based on its revolutionary achievements in space transportation and exploration. The company's success in developing reusable rockets and securing NASA contracts has created tremendous value for investors and stakeholders. One of Musk's most frequently quoted principles is, "Persistence is very important. You should not give up unless you are forced to give up." His journey exemplifies this philosophy, from the 3 failed SpaceX launches to Tesla's multiple near-bankruptcy experiences. His willingness to risk everything, including his personal wealth and reputation, for his vision sets him apart from more conservative entrepreneurs. His famous quote, "When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor," encapsulates his approach to business and life. Throughout his career, Musk has emphasized that people work better when they know what the goal is and why. His ability to articulate compelling visions, from sustainable transport to space colonization, has attracted top talent and inspired extraordinary dedication from his teams. This talent for inspiring others while maintaining focus on seemingly impossible objectives has been crucial to his success across multiple industries. Tesla's success has forced the entire automotive industry to embrace electric vehicles. Traditional manufacturers who once dismissed electric cars as impractical have now committed billions to EV development. Musk's vision of sustainable transport has become mainstream reality, fundamentally altering how the world thinks about personal transportation and energy consumption. SpaceX has fundamentally altered the space industry by developing reusable rockets and dramatically reducing launch costs. The company's achievements have enabled new possibilities in satellite deployment, scientific research, and commercial space activity. Perhaps most importantly, Musk's journey has inspired countless entrepreneurs and innovators to pursue seemingly impossible goals. His willingness to tackle humanity's biggest challenges has demonstrated that individual vision and determination can still change the world. Young entrepreneurs worldwide now look to his example as proof that ambitious thinking combined with relentless execution can overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Elon Musk's transformation from a bullied child in apartheid South Africa to the world's wealthiest and most influential entrepreneur represents more than a business success story. It's a testament to human potential and the power of unwavering vision. His journey through failures, bankruptcies, depression, and public controversies demonstrates that even heroes face moments of darkness and doubt. The untold story of Elon Musk reveals a complex individual whose greatest strength, his relentless pursuit of ambitious goals, has also been the source of his greatest challenges. His willingness to risk everything for his vision, whether developing electric vehicles, reusable rockets, or brain-computer interfaces, has created unprecedented value while exacting significant personal costs. Today, as Musk continues pushing boundaries through SpaceX's Mars mission planning, Tesla's autonomous vehicle development, and Neuralink's brain-computer interface research, his zero-to-hero journey continues evolving. The boy who once created video games in his bedroom has become the architect of humanity's technological future, proving that with sufficient determination, even the most audacious dreams can become reality. His story serves as both inspiration and cautionary tale, showing that extraordinary achievement requires extraordinary sacrifice, but that the impact of visionary leadership can extend far beyond individual success to benefit all humanity. From zero to hero, Elon Musk's untold story continues writing itself, with each new chapter promising to push the boundaries of what's possible even further. The transformation is complete, yet the journey continues. In Musk's own words, the first step is to establish that something is possible. Then probability will occur. His life exemplifies this philosophy, proving that with vision, persistence, and courage, anyone can write their own zero-to-hero story. Subscribe my channel and press bell icon and comment your city or country.